year is 1532. High in the Andes Mountains, where the air is thin and the clouds kiss stone temples, the greatest empire in the Americas stands at its peak. Cuzco, the golden heart of Tawantinsuyu, the Inca Empire, sprawls beneath the morning sun. Stone walls fitted so perfectly that not even a blade can slide between them. Terraces cascade down mountainsides like giant staircases to the gods. Gold gleams from temple roofs. The empire stretches from modern-day Colombia to Chile, ruling over 10 million souls. But something is wrong. Emperor Atawalpa sits in his litter, carried by dozens of bearers through the streets of Kakamarka. His brow is furrowed. News has arrived of pale-skinned strangers. Men with faces covered in hair, men riding giant beasts, men who thunder with weapons that spit fire and death. What do you think happened when two worlds collided like this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Could anything have saved the Incas from what was coming? Atawalpa is not afraid. He has just won a brutal civil war against his half-brother Huascar. Thousands died in that conflict. The empire bled from within, but Atawalpa emerged victorious. He commands 80,000 warriors. These strangers number barely 168. The emperor's advisors speak in hushed tones. Some say these foreigners are gods, others say they are demons. Atawalpa decides to meet them. It is a decision that will seal the fate of millions. Francisco Pizarro waits in the plaza of Kakamarka with his conquistadors. These men are desperate. They have journeyed across an ocean, crossed deserts and mountains. They seek gold. They hunger for it. Their armor clinks in the silence. Horses stamp nervously. Cannons point toward the square. The plan is simple, audacious, insane. They will capture a god emperor surrounded by his army. The procession begins. Thousands of Inca warriors fill the plaza. They wear colorful tunics, carry clubs and spears. Atawalpa's litter appears, covered in parrot feathers and sheets of gold. The emperor himself wears a crown of crimson fringe. Gold discs hang from his ears. His eyes scan the plaza. Where are these strangers? Father Vicente de Valverde steps forward, a Bible in one hand, a cross in the other. He speaks through an interpreter. Words about Christ, about the Pope, about submission to the Spanish crown. Atawalpa listens. His face remains impassive. He takes the Bible, examines it, holds it to his ear. Nothing. He throws it to the ground. The priest screams, "Santiago and at them!" Pizarro gives the signal. Cannons roar. The sound is apocalyptic. Inca warriors have never heard such thunder. Horses burst from the buildings. Armored conquistadors slash with steel swords. The Incas have no defense against cavalry, no defense against gunpowder. Panic spreads like wildfire. Bodies pile in the narrow exits. Warriors trample each other trying to escape. The air fills with screams, with the smell of gunpowder and blood. Pizarro fights his way toward Atawalpa. His men cut down anyone in their path. The emperor's bearers refuse to drop his litter, even as swords pierce their bodies. They die standing. New bearers take their place. They die too. Atawalpa is pulled from his litter. A conquistador raises his sword to strike the emperor. Pizarro blocks the blow with his own arm. Blood flows. But Atawalpa is taken alive. 7,000 Incas lie dead in the plaza. Not a single Spaniard has fallen in battle. The sun sets on a world forever changed. The Empire of Gold has been decapitated in a single afternoon. But how? How could so few defeat so many? Pause and tell us your theory in the comments. Was it technology, disease, divine intervention, or something else entirely? Atawalpa sits in his prison, a room in a stone building. He watches his captors, studies them. He sees their eyes light up when they see gold. He makes an offer. A ransom that echoes through history. He will fill his prison room with gold once, and twice with silver, as high as he can reach. The Spaniards laugh. Then they realize he is serious. Runners are sent throughout the empire. From every corner of Tawantinsuyu, gold begins to flow. Statues of gods, temple ornaments, jewelry, entire walls stripped of golden plates. Llamas carry the treasure on ancient roads, roads that stretch for thousands of miles, roads so well built they will endure for centuries. The gold accumulates. The Spaniards melt it down. They destroy art that took generations to create. They see only the metal, not the culture, not the devotion, not the skill. The ransom fills. 24 tons of gold, 12 tons of silver, the largest ransom in human history. Atawalpa believes he will be freed. He has kept his promise. But Pizarro has no intention of releasing him. A mock trial is held. Atawalpa is accused of plotting rebellion, of killing his brother Huascar, of polygamy, of idolatry. The evidence is manufactured, the outcome predetermined. He is sentenced to death by burning. But burning is a horror for Incas. They believe the body must remain intact to enter the afterlife. Atawalpa agrees to be baptized. His sentence is changed to strangulation by garrote. On August 29, 1533, the son of the sun is executed in a plaza in Kakamarka. He dies calling out to his god, Inti. The empire is leaderless. But this is only the beginning of the fall. The conquistadors march on Cusco. They install a puppet emperor, Manco Inca. They loot temples. They melt down the chain of Cusco, a golden chain so massive it required 200 men to carry it. It vanishes into legend, never to be found. The Spaniards fight among themselves. Greed breeds betrayal. Pizarro will eventually be assassinated by his own countrymen. But the Incas cannot capitalize on Spanish division. Something invisible is destroying them faster than any sword. Smallpox. The word means nothing to the Incas. The disease sweeps through the empire like a curse from angry gods. Pustules cover bodies. Fever burns. Entire villages are wiped out. The Incas have no immunity, no concept of quarantine, no understanding of contagion. Historians estimate that 90% of the indigenous population dies from European diseases. 90%. Empires don't fall to conquest alone. They fall to plague, to famine, to the collapse of social order. The civil war between Atawalpa and Huáscar had already weakened the empire. The administrative system, the most sophisticated in the Americas, begins to crumble. Without the central authority of a divine emperor, provinces rebel. Old ethnic tensions resurface. Groups conquered by the Incas see the Spanish as liberators. They provide warriors to fight alongside the conquistadors. The Inca Empire falls not just because of Spanish steel and horses. It falls because it tears itself apart from within. But the mystery deepens. Some Incas retreat into the mountains. They establish a neo-Inca state in Vilcabamba. For 40 years, they resist. Spanish expeditions are ambushed in narrow mountain passes. Bridges are cut. The jungle swallows Spanish soldiers. The last Inca emperor, Tupac Amaru, is finally captured in 1572. He is beheaded in Cusco's main plaza. Thousands of Incas watch in silence. Many weep openly. With his death, the Inca royal lineage ends. Or does it? Here's where the mystery that nobody can explain truly begins. Where did the gold go? The Spanish chroniclers write of vast treasures that were never found. Entire storehouses of gold supposedly hidden by Inca priests. The location of Paititi, a legendary lost city of gold, has never been discovered. Expeditions search for it even today. Deep in the Amazon, in remote mountain valleys, nothing. Did the Incas really hide their sacred treasures? Or were the stories exaggerated by Spanish greed? And what about the Incas' sudden collapse? Scholars debate it endlessly. Was it inevitable? Could they have resisted? Some historians point to the Incas' own rigid social structure. The empire was so centralized that removing the emperor was like cutting the head off a body. Others emphasize the role of disease. Smallpox may have killed Huayna Capac, Atahualpa's father, before the Spanish even arrived, triggering the Civil War. Still others focus on technology. The Incas never developed ironworking. They had no wheels, no written language beyond quipu, knotted strings for record keeping. But here's the paradox. The Incas built an empire without horses, without the wheel, without iron. They engineered suspension bridges that spanned enormous gorges. They created agricultural terraces that fed millions in one of Earth's most difficult environments. They performed brain surgery with stone tools and had higher survival rates than European surgeons. They were not primitive. They were different. So why did they fall so completely? Why did their knowledge systems largely disappear? Part of the answer lies in the systematic destruction of their culture. Spanish priests burned quipas by the thousands. They destroyed temples, banned Quechua language, forced conversions to Christianity. The conquest was not just military. It was cultural genocide. Yet the Incas did not entirely vanish. Today, millions speak Quechua. Ancient agricultural techniques are being rediscovered and used. Machu Picchu stands as testimony to their genius. The mystery of the Inca fall is not just about what happened. It's about what was lost. Imagine the medical knowledge that disappeared, the astronomical observations, the stories, the songs, the engineering secrets. When the Incas fell, humanity lost an entire way of understanding and interacting with the world. We lost alternative solutions to agriculture, governance, and architecture. We lost languages that expressed concepts we may never recover. The fallen empire of gold was not just wealthy in metal. It was wealthy in knowledge. And that is the greatest treasure that remains lost. What do you think we lost when the Inca Empire fell? What mysteries still remain hidden in the mountains and jungles? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this journey into ancient history as fascinating as we did, hit that like button and subscribe to Endless Ages, because the past is full of epic stories, forgotten empires, and mysteries waiting to be told. More ancient adventures are coming your way. Don't miss them.